Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Tai Chi Hiker, or just Tai Chi Hiker. My name is Kevin, and first and foremost, I would like to tell you that doing videos for a YouTube channel is more work than you think. And I'm not even editing, I'm just trying to do a raw video today. I've done about 9 or 10 of them now so far. None of them have made the cut. This one probably won't either, but I might push it through just because I need to get the video in without losing my mind. So, 2 years ago today, or roughly 2 years ago today, I was working over the road, my career, truck driving. I've done driving most of my life. I did towing 15, 20 years or so, and then went into truck driving for the last 8 years. And yeah, I had high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Like my cholesterol was spiking to the ceiling. I was going up to Blue Ridge Parkway with my mom, and I was huffing and puffing, and my heart was hurting, my chest was hurting, everything was hurting, my whole body was aching. You know, times when I get too much trying to go up the trail, and my whole body would start hurting. I would just literally have to shut down and stop hiking and rest, and then I'd crawl, licking my wounds all the way back down the trail to get back to the car, and I would like, oh, finally I made it. You know, I was completely exhausted. Life-changing event was the doctor calling me up saying, yeah, your cholesterol is really high and like a spike level where it's dangerous. We need to get you on some medication. And so he puts me on medication. It's going good for a few weeks. I go back to work. I'm doing my trucking. I'm doing the medication. And I'm sleeping better at night. You know, with the blood pressure medication, I noticed that I slept really well. But then when I went to do my Tai Chi, when I came home from work for like the weekends or whatever, I would go out and camp and I would do my Tai Chi, and I would get ill, like sick feeling. It's like I couldn't do my Tai Chi. I didn't like that. So I like doing my Tai Chi. So I called my doctor and said, hey, this medication's really making me ill feeling. He goes, oh, that's normal. You know, you get a little dizzy or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. So he's like, well, I recommend you keep doing it. And I was like, yeah, well, that's not going to work for me. So I ended up self-medicating, basically taking myself off the medication. I slowly weaned myself off by cutting my dose in half, which you're not supposed to do. I did it anyways, and I'm not recommending anybody do it because I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving you any advice, and this is not advice. And I'm telling you that now in the video, so you can't come back and say, well, you told me to do it. I never told you to do that. I said, in fact, don't do it. So I'm just saying I did it, and I wasn't supposed to do it. And I was told by the doctor you shouldn't do it, but I did it, and I brought myself off the medication, and I was able to get my blood pressure down, and I was able to get my cholesterol down by doing Tai Chi and exercising. Okay, that's worked for me. It was my journey. But the damage was already done. The damage was already done because 3 months ago I was in the hospital with freaking artery blockages and microscopic blockages in my heart, which had already existed from 2 years ago. I had made it better. They said, oh yeah, your cholesterol level's lower, all this is good, but your blood pressure is fine, but you got microscopic blockages in your artery, in your rear artery of my heart. So there's two that come over to the front, and there's one in the back. The one in the back is lagging. That's what's happening. So these ones are pumping just fine, while this one's going, it's just struggling to keep up. So that's why I get the pain in my chest. It wasn't heartburn. I thought it was heartburn. I really literally, in fact, I'm going to name this video, I thought it was heartburn, because it's not heartburn. It's a little thing called angina. And angina is like where your heart's not getting enough oxygen and it just hurts. And basically when you start exercising at so many beats per minute, like 153 beats per minute, it feels like somebody's taking rocks and pounding them on your chest. Okay, so nice little thing called angina. There's the rest of the technical name to that, starts with the letter P, and I can't remember it, so I'm not going to throw it in here. Anyways, long story short, truck driving to being completely homeless, living out of a minivan, losing my minivan. If it wasn't for my mom and my sister, I wouldn't have a van now. They were able to help me get another van, basically so I could help my mom because I'm home anyways. So it really wasn't for me. It was to help my mom, and I'm able to use it. So that's what we're doing. Guys, yeah, I'm not here to cry. I'm not. I'm trying to tell you that your heart will change your life in an instant, in a freaking instant. Um, Eating healthy now, if you're young and you're watching this video, pay attention to yourself. Listen to what your mind's telling you. If your mind's telling you, man, I need to eat better, healthy food, do it. Because if you don't do it then, now, or later, whatever, later, it's not going to matter. You're going to be hurting. And, I thought I could just eat, chuck roast. And I love my chuck roast, like fats and everything. And, big ribeye steaks and all the hamburgers I ever want. You know, chicken whenever I felt like it, which I didn't eat much chicken. I ate a lot of beef. And so that's probably, played all games and making my health kind of bad because I was living in a truck, eating food on the go. And I cooked my own food because I didn't like restaurants' food. I didn't like going to McDonald's. I didn't like going to Hardee's and none of those food chain restaurants that are in the truck stops. I just wanted to kind of just make my own food. So that's what I did. I cooked in my truck. I had water and all this. I brought everything into my truck that I needed to cook and clean and do everything I needed to do to function out of the truck. I had all my clothes. I basically had a small apartment inside of a big truck that you have a double bunk on. I had an extra. I had two refrigerators. I had the one they put in the truck, and I had my own on the top bunk, which I strapped down so it wouldn't fly down if I had an accident. It wouldn't come hit me in the head. So I had it all strapped down. Everything was good, locked, secured. I'd hit the road, stay out there for months, weeks, whatever, driving. And then whenever I got this local, well, I wouldn't call it local, it's dedicated lane, leaving out of Georgia, Atlanta area. I would leave out of Georgia and I would just drive like Kentucky, Texas, whatever. I'd come back at the end of the week. So I had that, and I'd had weekends off. That was even better. I was struggling because I was having a hard time getting my refrigerator down every week. I would take it out and go camping, and I'd hit the trails, and I would be out there just doing my Tai Chi and camping out and enjoying nature. I didn't really even think about doing videos. None of it at the time. So I was truck driving. I don't really care about doing videos or any of that stuff. I'm doing it for my own entertainment. Fly fishing with the spin cast, whatever. That was it. I was just living, making money, enjoying life, buying stuff that I wanted. I got a bunch. I got more stuff in storage. I was just living, So it all came to a screeching halt whenever your blood pressure was too high and they tell you, you're not really safe to be out there on the road, and you shouldn't be out there on the road doing that kind of work because, you could have a heart attack and wipe out a whole family. Well, I don't want to wipe out a whole family, dude. I'm not that kind of guy. So one day I just had to face up to what I call work, and I said, hey guys, medical leave. So they looked into that and they told me, yeah, you don't have 1,250 hours. I've been with this company for like 2 years, this one company for like 2 years. I worked for other companies, but this one I'd been with them for 2 years. Like, you're telling me I work 50, 60, almost 70 hours a week. Sometimes they do put 70 hours in, and you're telling me I don't have 1,250 hours. Well, we start the beginning of the year, so it was a few months in. And I was like, yeah, I guess that would make sense. I mean, you give us just enough at the end of the year that if we need medical leave, we could get it, but we had to wait till the end of the year. You'd have to know exactly when you have the hours. It's such nonsense. I wanted to hire a lawyer, but I never did because I'm not the type of guy, but I probably should have. Okay, I probably could have got it. I probably could have defeated them or whatever. I could have embarrassed them, and I didn't do it because I was more focused on my health, my own problems. I'm going homeless because this company basically says, well, you don't have 1,250 hours. I've been with them for 24 months and I don't have 1,250 hours. Okay, so if there's a lawyer out there watching the video and you have some advice, maybe give it to me, and yeah, I'll share it on here on the channel. I'll make a little thing for everybody that may experience it with other companies, just so you know. I would be happy to share that, or if you got to do it yourself, I don't care. Whatever, get the word out there, because honestly, these corporations, they're not keeping up with stuff, not the right way. So basically, guys, this is where I'm at. I don't want to be doing nothing, because right now I'm sitting here with the hernia, and I'm basically about to try and apply for Medicaid and getting food assistance. And I paid into it. I get it. I worked. I paid my taxes, and it's for times like this, and I'm not guilty at all. I mean, I earned it. This is what I earned. I'm the guy that went out there and I did my job. I paid in my dues for this occasion. This is the only way that I'm able to survive, quite literally. So, no, I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing. So my channel is about my journey. I'm going to use Tai Chi. I'm going to use intermittent fasting, and I'm going to use my medications that my doctor gave me. I'm not going to show them. I'm going to shake them so you hear. I got one over here too. That's my night one, and I have this one. I have to switch back and forth. I have 2 for night, 3 for the day, vitamins and whatnot. We'll get into all those things a little later. Excuse me. But for now, I'm just doing a quick introduction of who I am, what happened, and why I'm living in basically my minivan and or my mom's little apartment to visit, kind of like right now, because I have a hernia and I can't really do the minivan life thing right now. It's really hard because like being on my feet for more than like 30 minutes, and it literally feels like someone's taking a hot nail and just spearing it into me. Sometimes when I just get up off the couch, or if I get up out of the van, just stand up, I just feel this sharp pain, and you can feel the hernia just exploding down. Like I should be probably doing emergency surgery, but I'm trying to wait till February 5th. I'm trying. I really am trying to wait until I get the surgery done, because that's the time she's scheduled to do it, my surgeon. And it's going to be like this little robot thing. They go in there and they move everything out of the way, and they put the little mesh down, and they put everything back. And she sits at a desk and does this. Now I feel like I'm in a Star Trek movie, because I ain't never heard of no robot doing surgery. But that's what it is. She says it beats hand surgery. It's more precision. It's more precise. It's a control with they can sit at a desk and they look at it and they can control it with their hand. It doesn't shake. It doesn't tremble. It doesn't, it's like, well, you're convincing, but a robot, you got a robot on my tummy and you're opening me up and moving stuff around. Okay. Well, as long as I'm asleep, no problem. So, that's where we're at, guys. So I'm going to continue. Let's get a little brief introduction about my Tai Chi. I do a modified yang style 48 form. I guess you could call it form. It is a form, but it's a form. I do a 48 modified yang style form, and I do freestyle. I like freestyle better, because when I do my regular Tai Chi, that's doing my Tai Chi set, right? I do my Tai Chi set, but then afterwards I like to do a little spar thing. I just freestyle. That's what I like. I like the freestyle side. So basically that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use the parts of my Tai Chi. I'm not going to show my instructor or my teachers, my Sifu. I'm not going to show his material, because even though Tai Chi is a worldwide global thing, it's not, if you're using it in a certain system, like your own way of doing each movement, from movement to next movement and onward, that's his system. So I'm not going to share his system, because I'm not an instructor, and so he hasn't given me permission to do that, and I haven't asked for permission to do that, and I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is take parts of it and say, hey, today I'm doing cloud hands. Or hey, today I'm doing a rise and fall. These are normal, known exercises in the Tai Chi globally that I can share legally. I'm not going to open up a school and instruct people. I'm not an instructor. I'm just showing you, hey, I'm going to do Tai Chi, I'm hiking, and this is what I'm doing to recover myself and how I'm recovering and how it helps me to benefit. And I'll give all that information, the best of my knowledge, about how Tai Chi benefits you and how intermittent fasting benefits you, what type of foods I'm eating, how it benefits me. But again, I'm not a health instructor or coach or anything like that. My personal journey is not my advice to give to you, let's say, so to speak. It's just I'm just basically being safe here and saying I'm not doing this so that you can follow everything that I do, because it may not work for you. You may have a different body, different DNA, different structure, different everything. And what works for me, gosh, what works for me may not work for you. Therefore, my sole advice is to seek Tai Chi, and I'll give you my instructor's information. I'll even put a link. I'll talk to him about it. I'll say, hey, I would like to put a link on my YouTube channel so that people know where I'm getting my Tai Chi from, so that they have the lineage, the authentic lineage of who it is, and you can look at all his information and where he got it from and how he learned it. And if you want to learn from him, you're more than happy to go learn from him. I'm not here to teach you. I wanted to do the instruction thing, but I have too many health issues right now, and I'm only focused on my own health, and that's it. Right now, that whole thing about a year ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to become a Tai Chi instructor. I'm going to get my certification. That's all out the window. I don't have the money for it, the time for it, or even the health to do it. So now I'm doing a YouTube channel, sharing my path with you, and I will give you any information that could help you along the way. Believe me, I know a lot of good healthy information. Just because I was a truck driver doesn't mean I'm not knowledgeable. Actually, I studied mycology for like 2 years. I know about mushrooms. I know about foraging. I know a lot of different things, guys. I'm not a dummy. I just want to get the information out there of basically what I'm going to share, and that's going to be some Tai Chi. It's going to be intermittent fasting to an extent. It's going to be health and nutrition, and it's going to be some hiking with hopefully some scenery as soon as I can. Now, right now, yeah, walking down the hiking trail isn't going to happen, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I feel strangled here. I'm sitting in my mom's apartment right now. I woke up 3 a.m. this morning. Normally when I wake up at 3 a.m., by 4 a.m. I'm rolling down the road and I'm on my way to some destination, and I'm getting ready to deliver a load by about now 8, 9, and I'm sitting on a dock. I'm eating my breakfast, and I'm getting ready to head off to wherever I'm going next, and on and on and on and on and on. We're not doing that. Today, we're sitting in my mom's living room discussing how I'm going to build a YouTube channel and hope for the best. That's all I can do, guys. I'm just hoping for the best. I'm hoping you enjoy my content. I'm hoping I have another channel. It's going to be a little different. It's called Adventures with Kevin. I haven't done a single video on it. It's a brand new channel. I just put it on YouTube. It's sitting there. Hasn't got any content, but that content's going to be a little different. It's going to be like hiking with a twist. And the twist is a little surprise if you actually see the video, or if you actually see the YouTube channel. It's basically going to be something a little bit on the cryptid side. Let's just say that. Let's keep it simple. It's something more along the lines of when I was out there camping in the van camping, doing some stuff. I heard a lot of different sounds, things that caught my attention, and I have very good hearing. One day I decided to walk up with the night vision camera. I thought it was recording. It wasn't. Man, it's so terrible. I had a little light on there and everything. I was shining the light around, and I'll just tell a little quick story. I did something in the Appalachians you're not supposed to do, which is whistle, which I never even knew that. I whistled, and something whistled back. And I thought it was somebody, so I kind of creeped out and turned around and walked back to the van. Like, I'll be back. I drove the van up there because they don't know what I'm carrying. You know, it's like I pull up there. Hey, who are you? What are you doing out here? Like trying to mess around? Like, show yourself. And the whistle went. This is where it gets weird because the whistle went from where it was down in the valley in one area, like over there, and then the other time, like seconds later, it was over here, and then it was up close, and then it moved again. I'm like, that's not normal, dude. So I just turned my head, rolled my window up, and drove, and says, this ain't right. That's just not freaking right. This is the exact words. And I don't know if my car camera captured it because I have a camera in the car, but this would have been long deleted because it's been several months ago. But I might go back out. I might do a little more investigating. And I thought about this, the YouTube channel over there, doing just some investigation, some nighttime stuff, doing a little history about hiking areas, and then seeing what's out there at night. And if it's wildlife, it's wildlife. If it's something spooky, it's something spooky. You know, whatever. But this channel, particularly, is going to be my main focus. It's going to be doing hiking, doing Tai Chi, and health and recovery. And this is my main focus because right now I'm still struggling. I'm still 265 pounds and I'm 6'6". That's 30 pounds overweight. They consider that obese. I don't know. I never knew it was considered obese. I thought obese was like 400 pounds or something. You know, it's like, I'm not obese because they put obese on my paperwork. I was like, what? So I looked this up. I had to actually Google it, and I said, well, I'm only 30 pounds overweight by body mass weight, whatever they call that stuff. I looked at 6'6". I should be 230 pounds. Now, I liked it when I was 6'6" and 195 pounds, and I was just a ball of fire, you know, because I was in my prime. I'm 30, 35, you know, somewhere in that area. And then I hit 40s and I started getting a little more weight, and then I hit 50 and I'm like 30 pounds overweight. My metabolism still runs 90 miles an hour, but I'm still overweight. Anyways, so I think I got off subject there. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll get this video up on the YouTube channel here shortly, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to focus on the Tai Chi stuff, focus on my health, and share my journey with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it, and look forward to getting to know some of you guys. Drop a comment, hit the like button, or smash the like button, and you know, just give me some feedback, guys. If you have any advice, I'm willing. I have ears. I love listening. I love reading. I will listen to what you got to say. I will take your advice seriously. I'll do research on it. If I find it to help me, I will use it in my videos. And I will thank you very much for any advice you have that's knowledgeable, that's helpful. Again, guys, appreciate everything and look forward to getting to know my audience. Take care.